Determine the open intervals for which the function is increasing or decreasing, then determine any relative extrema. A function is increasing if, as x increases, f of x or y increases, or from left to right, the graph is going uphill. A function is decreasing if, as x increases, f of x or y decreases, or the graph is going downhill from left to right. A function has a relative max at a high point on the graph. A function has a relative min at a low point on the graph. Looking at the graph of the function, notice we have one high point here and two low points, which are also the x-intercepts here and here. Let's go ahead and list the ordered pairs for the high and low points. From left to right, we have -4, 0, 0, 3, and 4, 0. And now let's read the graph from left to right to determine the open intervals for which the function is increasing or decreasing. Again, from left to right, on the left the graph is going downhill, and therefore the function is decreasing over this interval. Then we have a low point. After the low point, the graph is going uphill, and therefore the function is increasing over this interval. Then we have a high point. After the high point, the graph goes downhill from left to right, and therefore the function is decreasing over this interval. We have another low point. After the low point, the graph is going uphill, which indicates the function is increasing over this interval. So again, the function is decreasing over this interval, then increasing over this interval, decreasing over this interval, and increasing over this interval. We indicate the intervals using x values, and therefore on the left, the function is decreasing over the open interval from -∞ to -4. The function is increasing over the open interval from -4 to 0. The function is decreasing again over the open interval from 0 to 4. And therefore, under decreasing, we enter u, the open interval from 0 to 4. The function is again increasing on the right over the open interval from 4 to infinity. And therefore, under increasing, we enter u for union, the open interval from 4 to infinity. The high point represents a relative max. The low points represent relative mins. Looking at the high point, the relative maximum value is the y value or function value of 3 at the location of x equals 0. We enter the function has a relative max of 3, again the y or function value at x equals 0. Notice both low points have the same y value or function value, and therefore we only have one relative min that occurs at two locations. We say the function has a relative min of 0 at x equals -4 as well as x equals 4. Looking at the graph one last time, notice a relative min occurs where the function changes from decreasing to increasing, and a relative max occurs where the function changes from increasing to decreasing. I hope you found this helpful.